Try to make a video on Iron Blade because there aren't too many online, and the ones that are either have no sound and or are a few years old. And from the looks of it, it has changed a lot. So what you're seeing here is just me after a some sort of the trials. Um, so doing the trials just to for some resources and stuff like that. Probably gonna skip through this the video when I edit it. So, but if you see my thumb going by, that's just because like this is where the shield is. Yeah, I got a new sword that's as strong as my heavy weapon. That's almost as strong as my heavy weapon, so that made things way easier. The way I got it was pretty cool. I didn't know it worked that way. I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, so this is the main page. Campaign. You go through the campaign here, and it has different difficulties. So if you finish it in one, do the other difficulty, and you're able to earn different rewards and better weapons and more resources and stuff like that. So here I haven't finished the extreme, but I'm getting to it. I can, as you can tell here, I have the stats for it, but it's still not easy. So, but I'm getting to it. But yeah, see in the bottom, I got almost all of them. Down there finished. But I'll get to that eventually. It's not super pressing for me. Okay, so Waterloo. So you have your campaign, you have your fortress where you get 2 waves basically, and people can attack you, and they're able to get resources if you defend, and obviously you don't lose any. Right here at the top where you see my name, you have like a certain amount of like trophies. That's what you get from the fortress. So these are my guys. You can level them up, just upgrade, and you can use the resources you have to upgrade them or other troops that you have. And then these are the other ones that you can get. Combine them, upgrade them. That's the first wave. This is second wave. So you get one main boss, and those are different. So you see here, I have a limited amount of people that can be that boss. But I have way more of like just the regular foot soldiers. And I still haven't unlocked the third wave yet, but it's just because it costs a lot of gold. Yeah, you see like 125,000 golds. And it just seems like a lot, and it's somewhat good because you get gold and you get rubies, but it's not like you're getting attacked all the time. And I don't often use the fortress and attack, just because like it's not hard at all. Like you see you see up here, I have more than enough to be able to attack all kinds of times. Just don't, because it's time consuming and it's not really worth it. Alright, so there's that. There's the fortress. There's the legendary tower. So legendary tower, you just go through and you fight. Basically, and you're able to get these, I don't know what they're called, hammers, smithing hammers. You're able to get these smithing hammers, and once you get, so as high as you can get, I was able to do 17 to level 17. You can enter the forge, and then you can either pick a mystery weapon, armor, mercenary, or commander. I usually just worry about the armor and the weapons. So you pick and you forge a weapon. It can either be low and it can be high. Once you forge it, if you have more smithing hammers, you can given the opportunity to reforge the tier, the legendariness, skill, and the level. Now, the first time I did this, I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know that it had much of a tutorial, and if it did, I just skipped through it. But the first time I did it, I ended up with my heavy weapon. My heavy weapon it was really nice, super strong. I was able to just literally use the heavy weapon and go through levels like crazy fast. It's pretty awesome. And it was great, and so I reforged it, the legendariness, and got an even better of this weapon. It was great. And then recently I did the same with my sword. The sword is almost as powerful as a heavy weapon, so instead of just having to utilize my heavy weapon and then just my sword when I was getting like jumped, now I'm able to actually use my sword and my heavy. So that was great. Still leveling that up right now, but great improvement. The game a hell of a lot better. Just a few minutes ago, I saved up my smithing hammers from the past couple of days, and I wanted to get armor because my armor, as you can see, is severely lagging behind my attack. My defense is behind my attack, so I wanted some armor. I smith an armor, and it was like a pair of gloves. So I salvaged 100, which is not like a fifth of what I spent on it, but it was still enough to be able to potentially forge and then reforge. So I forged it, and then I got a piece of armor that looked just like this. But I was like, I still have enough, let me reforge. And instead of it getting better like the last one did, it got worse, and I actually lost about 150 to 200 armor points, because it went down a legendary tier instead of going up a legendary tier, which it usually happens. So I guess it's just random. I was lucky the last times. That was very unfortunate, but lesson learned. If I get something good, don't be stingy. But everything else I've pretty much just ended up getting. Oh, this I got from the chest, which I will show you in a minute. That was from the chest. That was just found. I already talked about that. That was found that I'm grinding through leveling up. It's still really weak because armor is really hard to get in this for whatever reason. And yeah, that's my sword. So while we're in this menu, that you just saw where the hero was. This is just a list of all your armor by category. You know how much you have. You would want to expand your space, which I don't see why you would need to, and it's not that much. And I've been playing this game for about a month, and I've already got over 1,000 rubies. I haven't spent any of them, but I don't see any need to expand your space, just because a lot of these are super weak, and you just end up selling them or just using them to upgrade your better ones. And I don't ever really plan on using most of these, so they'll end up getting sold or moved on to the other ones anyway. So I don't see why it's important. Just like the weapons, is just a list of all your troops, and down here, along with your weapons, you can organize them by the tier, rating, and then by their element. Yeah, so there's that. Materials, there's your materials, common. All these materials you use to upgrade your weapons or gear. You know, if you tap on something you don't have or you don't have enough of, it'll tell you where to find it. Different packs, different chests, missions, specific missions, and if you go to like the campaign or whatever, it'll say the potential reward. So you'll also be able to look that way. So some of them, as you can see, to find super plentiful. Other things like the demonic heart, not so much. Heroic heart, not so much. But, and then boosts. These are your boosts. Then it shows them all, just like the other ones, though they're all highlighted, so you just have to look at the bottom to see how much of each you have. So there's that. Tower of Trials, that's what I was just doing. So you have like these tokens. You can see at the top right here, you have these tokens. You use the tokens to enter the tower, and then you fight your way. You fight your way through the tower, and then down here, as you can see, trial gear. You earn coins, tokens. You earn tokens, and then the reward once you get to a certain amount of tokens. Alright, so Tower of Trials, and then daily dungeons. So here, after a certain amount of time, it opens, and you can, you know, fight using your lightning bolts, like your energy, basically. You know, fight your way through it. If you get done with it under a certain amount of time, you get all 3 skulls. If you get all 3 skulls, you can just raid it, which we'll just use one right now. So you get the raid tokens right here. You just collect them over time by missions, and just by playing the game, you'll end up getting some over time. And then you can use raid, and then just like you won. So you get the reward, which this one in particular is XP. And you just level up your gear. Most of my gear is already level up, except for a few of them. So you can raid again, or you can not. So that one, so on and so forth. Right here in the bottom, it says the challenge. So I usually just stick with easy because I don't want to end up wasting time and energy on something I'm probably gonna lose. so I don't really bother with that. Didn't realize the TV was on the whole time. Whatever. So yeah, there's that. The ones I care for really are the materials, demonic, divine, heroic materials. All the other ones honestly better. The gold, not so much, just because you get plenty of it, but all the other ones are pretty useful. Alright, so those are the major ones. Here on the side you have your inventory, just like we saw before. Quests. So quests, you know, they're just missions. These you can, the mythic quests, you can opt in on it, and if you finish the quest, you get the reward. So just like the top one, collect a certain amount of gold, raid tickets, gold, and then Sister Arena. And then the harder the quest, the better the reward. Yeah, just like this one, spend 250 rubies. Like, I'm not about to spend 250 rubies. I'm trying to save them up for something. But you can if you want. Alright, so daily, if you log in once a day, you get a reward. And actually, some of these are actually pretty good. So I'll show you these in a minute. But these... right here, all of these keys are really important. They unlock chests, and the chests are pretty freaking awesome. You can get some pretty good gear on it. It's just a pain. I'm not about to spend any actual money on them, but you can collect some of them just by playing the game and just logging in once a day, every day. You get a decent amount of rewards. This one you get 70 keys. You just have to make it to day 24. So just make sure you log in at least once a day, and you should be good. Quest allies. So heck, I might not even be able to finish this video. But you search for allies just like any other game. It's a group, other people, and then you collect. Just playing the game, contribute to each other, get boosts, and yeah. But for whatever reason, every time I try to do this, it just stays like this, and nothing pops up unless I hold on. Exit out of the game. Get back in it. Yeah, so unless you have the time to wait forever for it to load for allies, I wouldn't really bother. And where was I? Alright, so shop. So free chests. You get a free chest every few hours, every 5 hours or something like that. Most of the gear is crap, but you do get some resources. So automatically just sell that and you get some gold, 4 tokens, energy, and demonic offerings. You only ever... all demonic offerings are to be contributed to your allies. You'll never use them for anything other than giving them away for whatever reason. So there's that. So you got your deals, which they're actually pretty cool. It says down here that you're guaranteed 2 legendary items and then a few more items in lesser quality, but you're guaranteed 2 legendary items, so that's pretty cool. This one's almost 2,000 rubies, which is a lot. Sometimes I've seen ones that are just 1,000, so that's what I'm saving mine for. So hopefully one will come around, I'll get it, and I'll get some pretty good gear. So here's hoping. Packs, more consumables, heroic, divine, demonic, all kinds of stuff. Basically, if you can use it, you can buy it. Just like any other game. Nowadays, 2020, microtransactions, huge. So, rubies, yep, that's ridiculous. I'm not about to spend any kind of money on that. Gold, especially not gold. Not about to waste no rubies on gold. So these are your chests. See, just like that, I have collected enough keys for the regular chest, which is kind of whack, to be honest. I mean, it helps you at first to get gear, but after a while, it doesn't really do anything for you. So, I end up just selling most of it, just especially stuff like that. But, see, I have about 43 out of 50 for the legendary gear chest, which I'm just gonna keep grinding until I get to that 50 and hopefully get a pretty decent amount of gear. Let's actually see what it says. Guaranteed for tier 4 item, at least one legendary and one epic. So that would be pretty awesome. And then the gear looks pretty freaking cool. Right here in the top, you can view the potential. So if you get the item and you level it up as much as you can, that's what it's gonna look like. You can see this one doesn't really change, but some of them change, especially like the lower ones. These legendary ones are already pretty freaking legendary, so they probably won't change, but you can see that one change just because it's a lot lower on the tier. Yeah, see, that one changed. The higher legendary ones won't. But yeah, just keep collecting keys and you get it. You same with the troops, but like I said, don't care about the troops. We won't use them, so I wouldn't bother with it. Trials, don't mess with trials. I don't have any of those. And if you want to watch ads, you can. Consumables, so you can actually trade some of your rubies for keys, materials, all kinds of stuff. And it switches out. You can see at the top right here, you can refresh, get a whole new set if you don't like what you see and you're itching to spend some of your rubies, which I wouldn't recommend. Save those hoes. But yeah, there's that. And then last, the sister trials. I just recently started going into the sister trials just because I didn't know what it was. I didn't really bother reading any of it and just didn't know. I had no idea what this was. Looked into it a little bit. So basically, you go in, you fight, and you can see here that you earn keys, and then you use those keys. You go to rewards, then you use those keys to unlock certain rewards. You can see here that you get 1 S, 2 A's, 4 B's, and 9 C's. That's basically the gear that you can get in here. Also reward. See the S's? There's the 1 S. So one of those S's is one of these. One of those, 2 of those A's are these. This is a possibility. And then with the B's, you get smithing hammers, divine stuff, all kinds of goodies. And then the C's common. Basically everything else that's offered. It's long. But yeah, there we go. So I'm just hoping that if I keep playing and get enough keys to be able to unlock that one S, that it's one of these. This heck, but I honestly prefer the shield. I just care about the shield. I don't really care about anything else. I just want that damn shield. Just because, I mean, it would boost my defense so damn much, but not likely. But here's hoping. But yeah, I mean, the matches are pretty easy. You it honestly just kind of feels like farming it, just because, like, I've only lost a few times. I lost bad. Most of the time, you're gonna be able to just not even need a block, just keep hitting, and then you'll win the match, earn the keys, and keep playing. This game isn't really too difficult. It kind of goes from easy to hard, like that. There's been a couple times where it was like, man, I barely made it, where I had, like, you know, just enough life or whatever. But most of the time, I either lost in like the first 30 seconds because I was severely underpowered, or I just blow through every enemy like that. So yeah. But yeah, that's about it. I had no idea I couldn't even move this guy around. Yeah, so like I was saying, I haven't played this game for very long. A month maybe, and I've only kind of just been sticking to like the campaigns or just using the, you know, exploring to find something new. But yeah, hope this video helps you out. Might make another one if I find something new, but that was pretty much it. Oh, one thing that I had trouble with, you get that off, was knowing what the hell the legendary weapons are. Like, which ones, what makes a legendary, what makes it epic, what makes it rare, and what makes it common. Because when I reforged that one, I'm pretty sure it was legendary, and when I reforged it, it bumped it down to common. But I didn't know what was legendary, what was epic, rare, and common. So, from my understanding, couldn't find this online, but just from what I'm seeing, weapons that have like that red background and have like the gold around it, like this one, are legendary. So if you ever forge something and it looks similar to that, or you unlock a chest, or, you know, something of that nature, and it looks similar to that, that is legendary. If you forge it, don't reforge don't reforge it. Just leave it be, because you can't really go much higher than that. So if you try to reforge it, there's a good chance you'll bump down, whether you reforge skill, the element, the tier, or the legendariness of it. There's a good chance you'll go down if you already have, if it's already legendary. So my advice, just leave it alone. Because I have epic is purple. So if you get, just like the other ones, if you get this, you forge it or whatever, and it's if it's purple, it means if it's epic, leave it be. Still fantastic. You can level up from there, make it even better, and go on. rare are blue. So just like this one, and that one, they're blue. They're still good, better than common, but you still want to grind it, maximize it, and then hope for epic or a legendary one. And then everything else that's like, you know, just regular, like gray around the edges, you know, just like all of those, that's common. You'll find those all the time. Use them. Certain ones are higher tier than others. Keep those. Tier 1, tier 2s, after a little bit you'll just sell them off. You won't need them for anything, and they're really not worth the time to use them to level up the other ones, just because you'll get the resources that are specific to level up gear, and those are way better. So I would just sell them off. Me personally, I'm just selling them off. But yeah. And so yeah, if you ever find one with a red background, purple background, those are legit. That's what you want to have. Blue background's good. Everything else, well, just use it until, you know, use it while you have it, and until you get a better one. But that was one of the biggest questions that I had, that I couldn't find the answer to online. Out of all of the videos and just the websites, there just wasn't too much information about this. So kind of a bummer, because the game's pretty good, but can't find too much. But yeah, this is it. Hope you guys got some good information out of this. Hope you enjoy the game, and yeah, catch you around. Peace.